Long ago, in a land where giants roamed and magic lingered in every shadow, there was a boy named Leo. Leo had once freed a giant with no heart in his chest, who had tricked him, escaped, and left behind a trail of sorrow and ruin. But Leo, he couldn't just leave it at that. The boy who once believed in friendship now carried the weight of a broken world on his small shoulders. He had to make things right. Off stomps the giant, crushing the earth beneath his feet, stone dust and roots scattering, but no heart in sight. The boy returns. "What's that?" the giant snarls. "Oh, you must have stepped on the stone. Did you think my heart was under the step?" The boy shakes his head, eyes wide, but the giant laughs. "No, no, no, little thief, no heart there. No one will ever find my heart. It lies where no hand can reach it. Far away, beyond mountains, beyond lakes. Hidden in an egg, inside a duck, inside a well, in a church, on an island, in a lake, in a mountain." Leo's heart pounds. A quest beyond reason, beyond hope. But he cannot turn back. He calls for his friend, the wolf, and together, they race into the unknown, chasing whispers and fate itself. So Leo and the wolf charge ahead, their breath misting in the cold, their hearts racing faster than the wind itself. 1,000 miles or more they travel, up steep cliffs, through dark forests, across wild rivers, and at last, they reach the mountain. There it stands, vast, towering, silent. Climbing it feels like chasing the stars. But Leo, with the wolf by his side, climbs and climbs, hands blooded, feet torn. At the peak, there it lies, a lake, shimmering like a silver mirror in the moonlight. And in the lake, an island, small and lonely. On the island, a church, its doors locked tight. Leo tugs, he pulls, but the church door won't budge. "Look," the wolf cries, his eyes sharp as knives. There, high above, dangling from an impossible height, a key. "We'll never reach it," Leo whispers, his voice trembling. But then, a flutter of wings, his old friend, the bird he once saved, appears. It swoops down, plucks the key from the air, and drops it into Leo's hand. "Thank you, friend," Leo whispers, and in they go. Inside the church, it's dark and cold. Shadows creep across the stone walls, and deep in the center stands a well. Peering down, they see it, a duck, swimming in circles, a glint of gold in its beak. The giant's heart. But before Leo can move, the duck dives. Then a splash. The fish Leo had once saved leaps from the water and snatches the duck in its jaws. Leo grabs for it, his fingers close around the fish, and there it is. The egg. The heart. He clutches it tightly, racing back to the giant's castle, where the giant waits, his eyes dark as storms. "Where have you been?" the giant growls. "I ought to crush you like the others, snap your bones, lock you away. But Leo stands firm, the egg in his trembling hands. Years ago, you broke my heart. Now I have yours. Be careful, the giant cries. Don't squeeze it. Don't break it. I'll do anything. Free my prisoners, my victims, just don't crush it. And so the brothers are freed, the villagers unchained, the statues turned back to flesh. Leo holds the heart high, his voice shaking. I'll give it back, if you promise to change, to make amends for the pain you've caused. The giant nods, desperate. Yes, yes. I'll change, I swear it. I'll. But Leo hesitates. For all the giant's promises, a cold truth grips his chest. This creature had no heart for so long. Could he truly change? Before Leo can decide, the egg slips in his fingers. Crack! A sound like thunder fills the air, and the giant falls to the earth, crumbling, dissolving into dust. Where he fell, a hill grows, a mound of earth that, for generations to come, is called the Hill of the Heartless Giant. But in Leo's own story, the tale he told his children, the giant did get his heart back. The giant reformed, repented, and became kind again. Because, you see, once upon a time, a little boy met a giant, and for a moment, they were friends. And so the soldier, with nothing but his whistle and his wits, stood before the cursed palace on the hill. The windows, shattered like broken promises. The doors, warped and blackened by fire. The air, thick with whispers. They said the devils came at night, creatures of smoke and shadow, laughing, gambling, howling until dawn. But our soldier, he wasn't one to tremble at stories. He squared his shoulders, packed his sack, and strode straight up the hill. Who's there? He called, voice steady, but no one answered. Only the wind answered, low and bitter. Inside, the palace was a ruin. Tables overturned, cards scattered like fallen leaves, golden goblets crusted with blood, and in the center of the grand ballroom, the devils sat. Sharp-toothed, red-eyed, grinning from ear to ear. Oh look, a guest, they hissed. Come to play, soldier. Come to lose your soul. But the soldier, he just smiled. Deal me in. They laughed, a terrible, echoing sound, and tossed him a deck. And there they played. Cards spinning. Dice clattering. The devils whispering in his ears. Bet your life. Bet your heart. Bet your whistle, your sack, your soul. But the soldier, sharp as a fox, knew their game. He watched their hands, saw how the cards flickered and changed. And when the moment came, he leaned back, crossed his arms, and said, Enough. I've seen your tricks. I've seen your games. But I have a sack, and in this sack, I can trap anything. Even devils like you. The devils howled, mocking, laughing, until he opened the sack. and the wind shifted. The air snapped. And one by one, the devils were sucked in, screaming, writhing, clawing at the walls, the windows, at each other, until the sack was full. The soldier tied it tight. He tied it with the strength of the hungry, the weary, the ones who have given away their last biscuit and still kept going. He tied it with a knot that no devil could undo. And when the sun rose, the palace stood silent. No more laughter. No more games. No more devils. Just one soldier, standing alone, with a whistle in his pocket, an empty heart aching for home, and a sack, heavy as sin, slung over his shoulder. And that, dear listener, is how the soldier outplayed the devils. Sack on his shoulder, whistle on his lips, the soldier stepped into the palace. And inside, oh, it was quiet. Quiet in a way that made your skin crawl, like the very walls were holding their breath, waiting. Waiting for him. And then, a whisper. A giggle. A sneer. We have a visitor, a guest, and he's whistling. That's a nice whistle, another voice slithered through the dark. I want it. Let's take it. The soldier, bold as brass, grinned into the dark. I hear you like a game of cards, he said, smooth as silk. Oh yes, we love a game of cards, the devils hissed, their eyes glowing like coals. What shall we play for? His soul, one cried. His whistle, snarled another. His teeth. I collect teeth. Fair enough, said the soldier, calm as a still pond. And what will you stake? They grinned wide, rows of jagged teeth gleaming in the dark. 40 barrels of gold. Good enough, said the soldier, and they played. And oh, how they cheated, cards slipping up sleeves, dice swapped beneath the table. But no matter their tricks, the soldier won. Hand after hand, game after game, he won. The devils fumed. They seethed. They howled and cursed until the walls shook with their rage. By the first bell of morning, the soldier sat calm, whistling softly, while behind him 40 barrels of gold gleamed in the pale light. Well, my friends, he said, shall we call it a night? No, they roared. We'll call it a breakfast, and you the meal. And with that, they lunged. But the soldier, oh, he was ready. He opened his sack, wide as the world, and shouted, by the grace of God, get in. And the devils, they howled. They screamed. They scrambled and clawed, but they could not escape. One by one, they were sucked in, a furious, swirling storm of rage and smoke, trapped tight in the magic sack. Will that be the end of your mischief in these parts? The soldier asked, his voice a low thunder. Let us out, they begged. We'll serve you. We swear. I'll hold you to that promise, the soldier said, tying the sack tight. The devils. They fled to the depths of hell, slamming the doors behind them, terrified he might come after them. They trembled. They fumed. But they dared not break their oath. And the soldier. Oh, the soldier was a hero. The talk of the town. The toast of the Tsar. Rich as a king, beloved by all. But no matter how bright the day, the last laugh is always reserved for death. For one day, because fate is cruel, one day, his only son fell into a terrible fever. The boy burned with heat. He shivered with chills. The healers came with their bottles and herbs, the priests with their prayers. But the boy slipped away, deeper, deeper into the fever's grip. And the soldier, his hands shaking, whispered, "It's the very devil, it must be the devil himself." And then, a voice, smooth as smoke. "Did someone call for me?" The soldier turned, and there stood his old friend, the devil, grinning wide. "Where have you sprung from?" the soldier gasped. "Not so much sprung, as owed," the devil purred. "Listen, my son. If you cure my son, you can have your foot back." The devil's grin curled wider. "Is that your good wife, I see? And this must be your, oh, what a lovely family you have." The devil circled slow, like a vulture. "A handsome family, soldier. It would be a shame to lose it all." The soldier clenched his fists. "Enough. Cure my son, devil, and you'll have your foot back." "Oh, I will, but not so fast. I'll need payment." The devil's eyes glinted red. "Your magic sack. I want it." The soldier's heart dropped. His sack, the sack that had won him everything. The sack that had trapped the devils. But his son, his son. The boy shuddered, burning with fever. "Deal," the soldier shouted, voice raw. "Take the sack." The devil laughed, a low, rolling sound, like a storm gathering. He snapped his fingers. And the boy's fever broke. The boy gasped, sat up, blinked in the morning light, alive. The soldier sank to his knees, tears falling freely. "My boy, thank you, thank you." But when he looked up, the devil was gone. The sack was gone. And a dark wind blew through the open window. A year passed. Life seemed good again, for a time. The soldier had his family. His son was well. They laughed, they sang, they lived. But every so often, a strange chill filled the house. Shadows flickered too long on the walls. And sometimes, just as the soldier drifted off to sleep, he heard it. A whisper, like a breath of smoke. "You owe me, more than you know." The soldier, weary and weathered like an old coat left out in the rain, dragged his sack to the gates of hell. His voice, a dry whisper, barely carried. "Let me in. I beg you. I surrender my life, let me in." But the devil himself appeared, sneering from the shadows, and recoiled at the sight of that old, battered sack. "Go away. and take that horrible sack with you." The gates of hell slammed shut, and the soldier was left standing, alone. The winds howled, the earth beneath him cracked, and his voice echoed into the void. Where shall I go now?" he wondered. Across scorched deserts where even the stars seemed to burn. Through frost-bitten wastelands where his breath froze in the air. Up mountains so high they pierced the clouds, and down into valleys of endless shadow. Time passed, or maybe it didn't. For when death refuses to take you, the days blur, the years fade, and you are left, adrift. Finally, the soldier, broken in body but fierce in spirit, turned his gaze skyward and called into the void. "Is there no place left for me? No end for a man who bested devils and death alike?" The winds carried his cry far across the world. And they say, even now, if you stand in the right place, on a cold night when the moon is thin and the world is still, you can hear it too. A faint, haunted whistle, carried on the wind. "Have you done it all?" roared the troll, stomping into the room, his shadow big and black across the floor. Anna looked up, a faint smile trembling at the corners of her mouth. "Yes, sir. I've done it all." The troll snorted, flabbergasted, his nose twitching like an angry pig's. I'm, gassed and Flab. "How did you manage it?" But Anna just stood there, hands folded, her gaze steady. The troll, never one to dwell long on a mystery, grumbled and grunted and waved a dismissive hand. "Right. Well, there's more to be done. You'll fill this sack here, you see, with light. With moonlight. Catch it and trap it inside before dawn or I'll thrash you blacker than before." And off he stormed, leaving Anna alone in the dark, the empty sack yawning wide like a hungry mouth. She sank to her knees, tears in her eyes. "How can I catch light? How can I trap the moon?" But just as the first tear splashed onto the floor, a voice spoke soft as a whisper. "Anna, don't be afraid." She looked around, and there in the corner, half in shadow, stood a figure she did not know but somehow did. "Who are you?" "From your thoughts, from your hopes. From the place where kindness waits." And the figure lifted its hand, and light, cool and silver as moonbeams, flowed like water into the sack. Anna stared, wide-eyed. The sack shimmered, filling up with light, and when it was done, the figure nodded once and faded into the shadows. In the morning, when the troll came stomping back in, he stopped dead, mouth hanging open. What in the 9 worlds? The sack was full. Full of moonlight, glowing and pulsing like a lantern in the dark. "How did you?" But Anna only smiled, soft and secret. And the troll, spluttering and stammering, could only mutter, "Well, I suppose there's still more to be done. You'll see, girl. You'll see." But Anna stood, her hands folded, her eyes quiet and knowing. And though the troll did not yet know it, the girl's story was far from over. Was that a smile? No, no, sir. I don't like smiles, Anna whispered, shaking her head. Get to bed without your supper, the troll snapped. But Anna's voice trembled. Arise, and why? I'm having another jump for you. Observe this pond, deep as a well, the troll growled. You'd say, depth's plenty, and you'd be right. Drain it. Drain it with your spoon. Anna's spoon, she said, was full of holes, leaking at every turn. My spoon is full of holes, she sighed. I'm tired, my lord. Lie down and sleep a while. No. I dare not, for my lord the troll will beat me with his terrible stick. Then, soft and steady, the lion padded to the pond. He drank and drank, and long before sunset, the pond was dry. Well, I'm cured. Is the pond dry? Yes. Yes. Yes, it is. How abstractly infuriating, the troll muttered. You may laugh, but the troll's false boasts cost the poor girl dear. That night, Anna could not sleep. The colors on her back, from the contradiction stick. Black and blue, sobbed through the night. Morning came, and the troll gave her a task worse than before, impossible. Build me a palace, all the bits, all the pieces, by nightfall. Hours later, Anna had moved one rock a few inches. Dear lion, she said, even you cannot help me now. You're tired, my little one. Why not rest a while? I cannot, I dare not sleep. But rest she did. She lay beside the lion and dreamt such magic. How have you done this? She whispered in her dream. I know I have not done as you asked, came the gentle reply. Beautiful, oh dear, the palace was there. But Anna didn't build it. When there's a contradiction, you must speak with your friend. Don't you think? I don't know, probably, very probably, certain in fact. Look. Outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. A whole palace in one day. This is more like it, for an important good chicken. Yes, sir. And what about sherry? Is there sherry for wine? Go and be seeing, try that door, reach, let me fetch ATR. I seem perfectly clarified. Quick. The troll's in terrible trouble. No father, no mother, and he was my other. Not poor, my little one, but wicked and cruel. I made the palace, I also made the door. I hated that troll, he was bad through and through. Oh yes, so then what? Our girl has a palace all to herself. What a transformation! For the first time in her poor life, Anna feels wonderful. Wonderful. And when word spreads of a lovely thing alone in a grand palace, well, they flock to her, suitors in droves. Prince La of here, Prince La of there. But they're a trifle too much L or a little too much D. And occasionally, just plain D. A year goes by, until one morning, she stands sighing at her window. And oh, who's this? He looks up, she looks down. He smiles, she smiles. Little fish swim up and down her back. And suddenly, each day she wants flowers in her room. Flowers at her table, flowers for her hair. And gradually, smiles turn to words. And words turn to whispers. And whispers turn to kisses. It's love. She falls for the gardener. Why not? She was a servant turned princess. Why not a gardener turned prince? You are my true bride. Am I? Then let no one else ever kiss your cheek. Never, never, ever. He says. Never ever. But sorry hurts. Allures pain. Prows sorrow. Simmers beneath the calm. What happens? Does the troll come back? Oh no, no. Well, yes. In a manner of speaking, yes, he does. And the wedding day is beckoning. Her beloved sets off one morning. The long journey to the village. She has appointments with the tailor, the barber, the shoemaker. Spruced up. He's going to be. Won't you come? No, there is my true love. And you mustn't see it. But I'll count the minutes. Until you are home. And she does. She counts the minutes. Counts them into the hour. When the lamps must be lit. Counts them as fear curls in her stomach. Counts the minutes as they turn into days. As the tears begin to come. 1, 2, 3. Where was he? No one knew. And Anna could stand it no longer. She set out alone. In search of her sweetheart. Until one day, she finds herself wandering in the snow. Lost. Rejected. Anna. Without a word. The lion sets on his back. And starts off bounding through the snow. Huge strides. Impossible speeds. Over cliffs and caverns. Chasms, caves, and canyons. Helter-skelter. To a far-off land. And there, in sight of a town. The lion sets her down. Now you must go. Take these inside. There are gifts. Use them wisely. Oh, thank you, dearest lion. Anna walks on, carrying the 3 gifts. My beloved, my darling, she cries. The rider looks at her. Tips his hat. Smiles politely. And continues on his way. Wait. Please, wait. No, no, she cries. But it can't be. It can't be the troll. It can't be, he's dead. Then she sees a pigtail. A diamond earring. A hint of silk at the throat. It's not the troll. It must be. It can't be, but it must be. His daughter. It is. Twice as ugly, twice as foul. And she's riding off with her beloved. Oh, Anna's dumbfounded. How? And what's happened to her darling? He's forgotten her. She searched the world for him. And he's forgotten her. He's gone off with a troll. But then her resolve strengthens. I am the true bride. And he my beloved. And off she sets, determined. Excuse me, on her way to the town. She meets a man who tells her about the troll's daughter. The troll, she went to visit her dad. But he disappeared. She met a handsome prince. Brought him back to her castle. He's under her spell. They're betrothed. The troll, so greedy, sees gold. She wants it, silver she snatches. She collects handsome men like ornaments. Myran she calls them. So instructed, Anna hurries to the town. A scheme forming. A plan. Thank you. It's magic, Your Majesty. It cannot be sold, only exchanged. Exchanged for what? Be more clarified. A night with your betrothed. With my new ornament. Rageous. Then you must keep what is yours. And me what is mine. Silk. Yum. Good day, Your Highness. No. Back. Back. A night with my ornament. And his very sweetheart. You know how generous I've been. For such a small magic. Yes, all right, yes, yes, the bargain is struck. The true bride, to spend a night with her beloved alone. She thinks, once alone, he'll know me. My love, my dearest, it's me, your true bride. But he wouldn't wake. Please wake up. Couldn't wake, please. And how could he? For in the cup by his bed was a sleeping herb. Powerful, lasting all night until morning. What can our girl do? The bargain's been kept. The first gift wasted. What can she do but try again? Impossibly, magically. Coin after coin drops to the ground. The troll can't believe it. Oh, I can't believe it. Quick, quick. The troll up wants the deal struck. And once again. A night with the beloved. Swapped for endless gold pieces. That night, the same story. Darling whispers. The true bride. Beloved. But to no avail. As for the prince himself, his days are vague. His nights dreamless. Stop him, ask him his thoughts. What would they be? Oh, well, he says. But the trollop has rubbed away his past. With a wicked spell. He hasn't heard his true love singing. The night through. Weeping in the morning. Oh, he says. But the prisoners have their eyes blinking in the black. Their ears sharp. Yes, they've heard the clink of gold. But also the true bride's lament. So the next day, when the prince is walking the ramparts. They call out to him, "Your Honor, how can you sleep at night, with the beauty singing by your bed? Beloved, she calls you, and dearest, your true bride. She cries, I am your true bride." When do you hear these things? All night. All he's heard, nothing. Who is his true bride? He's very confused, very. And you see, he sleeps so deeply every night. He has his drink, then sleep, sleep. So deeply. Oh, oh, I'm being so impatient for a new toy. Let me see, let me see. Oh, so meable, so agreeable, I need them. And the deal is struck. That night, Anna arrives for her vigil. The final gift gone. Will you never wake? Don't cry. What? What, my darling? No, not there, I promise you. See, I'm not on my cheek, me. You promised me. And with that, she kissed him. And the trollop's spell over him fell away. And his head cleared. Such a tender kiss. Such sweetness of cheek. My true bride, he whispers. My true bride. At the very same moment, in the vaults of the castle, a strange thing happens. Very odd. Come back, my goldies. My silks, my dies too late. They're gone. They're away. The lovers, home, running home together. After them. Get them back. Hurry. And in her rage, the trollop closes on them. Nearer and nearer. Until she must surely catch them. But look, she can't believe it, look. Who's here? On his back they clamber. And off he speeds. The lion bounds with huge strides. Impossible speeds. Over cliff and crag. Chasm and cavern. Canyon and crevice. Helter-skelter through the wild. Oh, they made it. Oh yes, they made it. Thank you, lion. Inside, they lock the door. Catch their breath. Light a fire. And exchange their stories. And in between hugs. And all the while, kisses. The lion tosses back his proud mane. And pads away. Leaving the lovers alone. But not before one final task. Unseen. What? Ah, well, who have we forgotten? The trollop. Where is she? I don't know, miles away, over cliff and cavern, crevice and chasm. Oh no, no, no. By the time the true bride and her beloved settle down to sleep, she's already arrived at the palace. Once inside, she sniffs for them, her nostrils twitching and heaving. Planning her revenge. There, her nose tells her all. And stealing up, she hears their voices. Clear and unsuspecting. Behind the door. And from that day, our lovers lived peacefully. Babies came to bless them. and the sun forever shone. They kept a statue of the lion, whom they both called the Thork Lion. And they told their children he could come alive in an instant if he wanted to, or if they ever needed him. But the children found that hard to believe. When people told themselves their past with stories, explained their present with stories, foretold the future with stories, the best place by the fire was kept for the storyteller. Now, beginning as I do at the beginning, and starting as I must at the start, let me show you fate. Through the round of this ring, the girl whose finger fits this ring, she'll become queen. The Lord decrees it. What a lucky girl, you might think. Oh no. A king had 3 daughters. 2 were bad, 1 was good. Long without a wife. The king's only joy had been the pride of a father. But the girls were growing up. Soon there would be suitors. Soon the palace would be empty. I must find myself a wife to comfort me, he said. The wedding ring passed on from queen to queen, finger to finger, since time beyond memory. Only when the ring fits can the king marry. See who wishes to wed our king must come forward and try the ring. The lucky bride will want for nothing. She can't do that. He's too old to be getting married. He ought to be dying shortly. I don't think he's too old. What's she whispering on about? No, I know what will happen. Some harpy will step forward, and the ring will fit, and they'll get married, and then he'll die, and she'll get everything. That's what'll happen. The sisters sulked at the prospect of a stepmother. The fiercer they were to their sorrowing sister. When their father set off to find his bride, they teased, taunted, and tormented her. They starved her. You're too fat, they'd say, stealing from her plate. They were vile, those sisters indeed. But they reckoned without her friends, the creatures who lived in her saps, Sorrel's pockets, under her bed, perched and waiting on her chair. When she went to her room, she'd find berries and all kinds of nuts and fruits, delicious treats left as gifts. Every night, their eyes were bloodshot. They were tired, restless, anxious. No bride then. No. The ring was a cruel shape. None could wear it. It's fate. It's not intended. Perhaps. I don't know. You don't need a wife when you've got her. Don't we love you enough, Daddy? I know, I know. Where's your sister? Well, who knows, flirting with the gods, stuffing herself. No next step to fit someone eventually. How disgusting. I mean, we should be queens, actually. Together. I know, I mean, what if the ring were to fit you or me? Music rises with tension. What? That's enough. Too late, too late. Can't you control these women? Get them out of here. Well, you wouldn't want to marry us. But then you couldn't marry anybody. Which is even better. Music softens, teasing mischief. Come here. Oh, look, it's hopeless. What do you try? You got fat fingers. I have not. Ow. It's stuck. Ow, it's completely stuck. Ow. What do we do? All the blood's getting stuck. Look, it's this, can I help? Help me. No. Go away. Go on, let her, she's better than you at these things. Hello. Is everybody all right? What was that? A human cry. A human cry. A cry is coming from this room. I heard them pick it up. Well, and then little Sorrow does a thing she will long regret. Obediently, she bends. Oh, folly! She stoops. And rash, she picks up the royal ring. And slips it on for safekeeping. What? I know. Where's your mother's ring? Well, she was playing with it. Father? Mother? Yes. We didn't want to sneak. I wasn't. She wasn't. Stay out of it, you little one. I wasn't. That's not fair. Watch. What's that on your finger? Oh no. Not on your ring. It fits. Fits. It fits. No sooner done, no sooner said. The news spread. A fire in the palace, sweeping the corridors. The ring fits, the king's daughter. I cannot marry my father. But you cannot ignore the law. But we cannot ignore the law. You cannot marry your father. But the ring is, the ring is, the ring is. It is the law of the land. The ring fits your child's finger. You must marry her then. Then I should cut off my finger. Why did you play with the ring? Why did you tamper with it? The ceremony, when must it take place? As soon as preparations allow. Then first, find me a dress. Of the palest silk, the color of the moon. I will not wed till I have it. Very well. We will find this dress. The princess, in her woe, plans a plan, and schemes a scheme. To find such a gown will take time. And meantime, you must all help me. Beautiful. But now, I must have one. Of sparkling silver. Like the stars. For my trousseau's dress. Where would we find such a dress? Do as she bids. All in silver, sparkling like the stars. And off again went the king's men. Scouring the land for such a dress. And all the while, in Sorrow's room, another garment is being made. More marvelous. More magical. Like the stars, she whispered. The council waits on you. Your people grow impatient. When do you marry, daughter? This gown, she said, is for the wedding feast. The first one for the procession. But now I must have one for the church. Gold. It should be gold. Bring me such a dress. The next day, gold, she said again. All gold, like the sun. Bring her such a dress. And so they shall be married on the morrow. All gold. And while the tailors cut cloth, spun with pure gold threads, Sapsoro stayed shut away in her room. Never appeared. Only her creatures. Flying in. Slithering out. Busy, busy. Scurrying about. Princess, yes, I have here a dress, such as none before has seen. Of gold, dazzling and alive. My hands have sewn it. It is what I asked for. Very like the sun. Then we must marry on the morrow. We must. We marry on the morrow. They can't. They can't get married. Well, the law says they must. And the girl has the 3 gowns she asked for. No. The ring fits. The feast is prepared. Married on the morrow. Listen. Bells toll. The streets fill. Only Sapsoro stays silent in her room. Your Highness, come out. The king awaits you. Yes, it's Sapsoro. A strange thing of fur and feathers. For such has been the secret work of the past weeks. This creature. There she is, the ill-fated princess. Hurrying away. Her past discarded. Her future, who knows? 2 years later. A poor creature of fur and feathers. Tended geese and the king's garden. And scrubbed pots in his kitchen. So that's the princess. Princess of slops. Yes, princess of peelings, perhaps. Princess of the kitchen floor, certainly. One day this princess meets a prince. Where's the cook? Do you know? You don't know. Can you speak? Never mind. Give the cook a message, will you? Tonight there's a great ball at the palace. I've seen the menu, and one wants goose added. He knows how I like it, roast goose with orange baked in pastry. What's that look? It's a look. If there were a tax on looking, we'd all be beggars. What's your name? No name. They call me the Straggle Tag. Well, Miss Straggle Tag, you don't stare at princes. It's not polite. In one so low, one so ugly. Why eat geese? They don't harm you. I happen to like geese. So do I. That's why I don't eat them. Pass on my message. And take that for your manners. Roast goose with orange, a dozen. That night, they set the geese. 12 cold stares. On the royal table. While around them, many danced. Many daughters wore their mother's pearls. And the prince was there, handsome, admired. Separate parents looked on and hoped. But the prince stood and smiled, but did not dance. Until late. Unannounced, mysterious. A woman entered. In a dazzling gown. Pale silk like the moon. What could he do? The prince but walked toward her. What could he do but lead her to the floor? And they danced. Left to right. Morning to night. Dark to light. They belonged. But when the music stops. Wait. I don't know your name. Wait. Oh, my dears. The prince is left mystified. Excited, tingling. Hooked, line, and sinker. Music swells. The prince is sent down for clean towels. Where is everybody? Upstairs. They're all busy. Another ball so soon. We've barely recovered from the last one. Oh, you go. Applause. Then sent down for tea. I hope they're clean. I'm sorry, do I disgust you? You amaze me. Look, cats chase mice, hens lay eggs, and what does that mean? It means some things have to do with other things. I have nothing to do with you. You don't disgust me because I don't think about you. I see now. Go away and keep below stairs and stop gaping. No, we can't see for the feathers. This prince, he can't see for the fur. That night, the second ball has come. Beauties go, dance is a dance. But the prince stands alone. Hoping, staring at the great doors. But nothing. No sign. Then. Pshaw. A dividing of the room. And there she is. In a dress sparkling with silver, like the stars. I must go. Don't. I think of nothing but you. I find that hard to believe. It's true. I can't sleep. Where do you live? I might find you. I live before hens catch mice and cats lay eggs. What? Please don't go. What's the matter? You look so sad. No one else in the whole palace, in the whole kingdom, speaks to me like this. Are you in love? Is that the problem? You couldn't possibly understand what I'm feeling. Or are you worried you might only love your sweetheart for her beautiful gowns? Was she in the humblest rags? Was she the poorest? Absolutely. You see, my darling has eyes like. Yes, they're perfect. A voice like. It's perfect. It's not a. Well, how can you possibly understand? Then you should marry her. I want to. I want to. But I can't find her. I see. I have a problem like yours. What advice would you give me? Well, I don't know your beau. What's he like? Handsome. Rich. Really proud. Applause. You see, when I think about him, it makes my head hurt. my tummy ache, my skin tingle, and my heart do little somersaults. Me too. Me too. Oh yes, we're in love, and it's terrible. Oh, I don't think I'm in love. Oh, you're definitely in love. Little somersaults, tingling skin. Definitely. Straggle tag. Straggle tag, where the devil have you got to? Yes, and listen, don't tell anyone we've spoken. As you wish. It's just Prince and straggle tag. Prince and straggle tag. Oh yes, the prince is Lovick all right. Even before it's dark, he's there. On the terrace in front of the ballroom. Tonight he shivers. I'll see my love tonight. She still hasn't come. And this is the last of them. Could I please have the dishes? Look at this one, what's the hurry? Meeting a sweetheart. That's why the prince is still waiting. She hasn't finished the dishes. Music swells. It's wonderful, but bells toll. Evening's end. Music fades. Next day. A proclamation rings out around the palace. The prince will marry the girl who fits the golden slipper. Well, she thinks. What was true? Of the finger is true. Of the foot, is it true? She was cursed by the ring. Can she be blessed with the slipper? There's a queue now. But it fits nobody. I might try. You never know. You've got me like a yarka pudding. I have not. And what about our little beauty? Are you going to try? I might. So up she goes. Really? And blow me. Who's trying on the royal shoe? I'm rather more. I think, if I just. I've done it. I've done it. It's absurd, it's it. You're not the one. I am. It fits. Look. I claim this handsome prince for my. Music rises. Husband. According to the proclamation, the prince must marry the woman who can wear the golden slipper. Princess bad sister. Princess bad sister. From far away. From far away. Daughter of nobody. We have no parents, you see. Mommy died a long time ago. And Daddy died last year. When it was ancient. Princess bad sister. A faraway daughter of nobody. She will marry the prince on the morrow. Now can I just take the silly shoe off, please? Why? Well, it doesn't match. And it's the tease why, wheaty bit tight. Just a pinch. Ouchie, ouch. In fact, I think I may just have to have a tiny baby scream. Sister. Do you think you could possibly help me take this lovely slipper off my footy watty? Because I'm going to have to scream very loudly shortly. I think my leg is turning a little bit on the maroon side. It is. Applause. Get this shoe off my foot, sire. I claim my right to try the slipper. Ladies, darling, I think not. Creatures. What is it? Get it out of it. Get rid of it. She's called Straggle Tag. So may I. Very well. Fits it? Can't. It does fit. Will you keep your promise? Oh, don't be ridiculous. You can't. You've got to marry that. Yes. I'll marry you. I'll keep my promise. Music swells, applause. So, my princess. It's you. Darling, darling. They repeated to each other. Dearest, dearest. And what the prince didn't know, he very soon did. They talked and talked, explaining this and explaining that. Stories of rings, stories of fur and feathers. And they wept for her dear father, smiled for poor Straggle Tag, forgave the bad sisters, danced for a day without going away. And, well, after that, they were so out of breath. They lay down and slept. And glory be, if I don't wake them soon. They'll never get wed. Music fades, fire crackling. When people told themselves their past with stories, explained their present with stories, foretold the future with stories, the best place by the fire was kept for the storyteller. One day in November, the queen died. Outside the palace, the leaves fell, lamenting reds and golds. Falling inside, weeping, the king, his 3 sons, his daughter, and the people filed slowly by, to shed their own tears for the dear queen. But there was one among the mourners, whose eyes were dry. There was one among the mourners, whose heart was ice, whose soul was cold, whose smile was sly, whose brain raced ahead to the day when the king would want to ease his loneliness. And the witch, for which, asterisk, he fixed her dry eyes on the king, and schemed, mine. She schemed, mine, all mine. And you may well weep. Her scheme was simple and terrible. She groaned for power, for majesty over all things, for the cold ring of gold around her head. She wanted this, until the want ate away her heart and soul. So, she set to work on the king. The king wouldn't marry a witch, no. The king didn't even see the witch. He didn't feel the sun on his face, or the rain, just this tug of the past. All day, all night. Memories tugging on his sleeve. His poor heart, you see, was broken. But the witch could charm the skin from a snake. And she turned all her power on the king. She wound him in inch by inch, the past tugging him one way, she patiently pulling him the other. Because he thought, when he looked at her, he saw his wife's face. And indeed he did. You're back, he kept saying. Our little secret, she said. That's witchery. Oh yes, it was a spell, and it worked. I've got something wonderful to tell you. I've met someone very special. Children, we're going to be married. We're going to be happy again. I hope you'll think of me as your friend. And then, in time, perhaps as your mother. Our mother's dead, they said. I think you mean as a new mother, don't we? Yes, in time. Well, try for me, will you? Oh yes. All hugs. All family. But the witch watched and cursed them. They were her rivals. Her enemies. These 4 grieving and bewildered children. And a canker grew in her mind. Because she would not share. She wanted it all. And she sowed a seed of fear in the children's lives. Stairs gave way. Horses bucked wild. Balconies crumbled. Even the toy box was terrible. Of course, the witch herself was all honey. Always honey. But sometimes, the king caught a look and worried. Was also the bee. That's right. And bees sting. I hate that witch. Poor man, torn in half. Enchanted by his new queen. Frightened for his children. What could he do? I said I'd take you on a special holiday. We're almost there. A forest. A magic forest. Follow the thread. Follow the thread. Follow the thread. Applause. Music. Applause. Hurry up. It's perfect, this stream, this house, beautiful. And sure enough, there it was. Pink and perfect. And the boys led and laughed. As if a great weight had lifted off them. And their sister sat by the stream. Dipped her toes. And missed her mother. Which she always did when she was happy. This is your secret place. No one can find you here without the thread. I'll visit you each day. You've brought us here because of her, haven't you? Our stepmother. No, of course not. But his daughter was right. Quite right. For even as she spoke, the witch, her stepmother, sat in her tower and studied horrible spells. For the children were obstacles between her and power, growing daily, growing like clouds over her. And now, she would discover where they were. Her clouds. And puff them clean, asterisk. Music intensifies. Away. I took the children on a trip, a holiday. Oh yes. Anywhere nice. Yes, very nice. What's that you're showing? Shirts. I'm sewing them, all little shirts. Aren't they sweet? That's nice. Do they love those? Yes. You're being very mysterious. Am I? What about the children? Our children. You want me to be their mother, but what mother can tolerate not knowing where her children have gone? I just want them to have a secret holiday. Makes it special. Secret? Yes, of course. But what if something should happen to them? Then where would we be? What happened to you? Still, let that be an end to it. If you don't want to talk about it, that's your right. They're your children. I'm just the stepmother. But the witch had no intention of letting that be an end to it. The next day, the king rode off into the forest. She followed, stealthy as a bat, watching his every move. She saw him roll out the magic thread, thin, silver, shining faintly in the dim light of dawn. With sly sleight of hand, she stole it for herself, hidden beneath her cloak. Soon, she watched the thread wind its secret way toward the children. And with it, she carried a chill curse, cold as winter night, sharp as the thorns of a dead rose. Have you caught these fish yourselves? How clever! How did you find us here? Where's our father? Father? He's just coming. Look, I've brought you presents. Are they nice? I sewed each one by hand. Thank you. Put them on, then your father can see them. But how can their father see them, when this thread won't work? When this ball won't roll? Where's your sister? I miss her. She should be here. Come along then, your shirt, and all the while. The king stumbles, lost in the dark forest. His heart pounding, he cries out. Children. The shirt will hurt. The wings will sting. The bee will shriek. The eyes will cry. The shirt will hurt. The wings will sting. The bee will shriek. The eyes will cry. The shirt will hurt. The wings will sting. The bee will shriek. The eyes will cry. Asterisk. Music swells, ominous, tense. And the princess runs for help, runs for her life. My daughter. Daughter. Boys, husband, what have you done to me? I've done nothing. For what are you doing here? This is my secret place. Where are my children? Are the children here? I can't look at you. Please do. Please look at me. I heard my daughter cry out to me. I think you must be unwell. Are you sicking for something? Let me see. Let me sit with you. No, no. Get away from me. Boys, boys. Yes. You're upset. I'll have to think about this, about what we can do with you. For a day and a night, the princess ran. She stumbled. She fled, until she dropped into a deep, dead sleep. When she woke, before her stood 3 ravens. Or perhaps she dreamt it. They spoke to her, whispered, cracked voices carried on the wind. Sister. We seem to say. We are trapped, help us. How? How can I help you? You must keep silent. You must not speak to a single soul. Dear listener, this tale now rests in your hands. Will the princess break the curse? Will the children be freed? Will the witch's dark plan be undone? The threads of magic and fate entwine tightly, and only courage and hope can unravel them. Thank you for listening to this story woven from mystery, magic, and heart. If you enjoyed this tale, please like, share, and subscribe. Your support means the world, bringing more stories, more mysteries, and more magic to your ears. Good night, dear listener. May your dreams be filled with wonder, and your heart forever hold a spark of magic.